Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you are tuning in. My name is Rachael Goldsworthy, and I'm on a journey each and every week to improve my life by 2 millimeters, and I want to do that with you. How is everybody? What have you been up to? What's going on? I can't see a thing. I haven't got my proper glasses on, but I've been to China and trying to get the... We've got some feedback coming in here, but that's all right. We've been to China. We've got the T-shirt, well, the scarf to prove it. But what's everybody been doing? How's your week been? Have you been good? My magpies are here to be fed, but we might have to put that to a little bit later. I'm just defrosting a little bit of something for them, so they'll get that, and it will be really yummy for them. Quote. Gemma put a great quote up today. Don't watch the clock. Do what it does. Just keep going. And it kind of reminds me of what's happened over the last couple of days. We've had a couple of funerals of people that were very near and dear to all of us. And we're very saddened to hear their loss, but we're also very grateful that they spent the time with us that they did. So big shout out to Ashley, Brendan and her family, and big shout out to Glenn and Sandy's family, and each and every one of you. We know it's a challenging time and it's very difficult to navigate these times, but we are thinking of each and every one of you and what that may be. And those sorts of things, it reminds me that this is a quote that I put. I know it's back to front because that's the way my screen does. I'll work that out one day. But it's the simple things that stay with you. And with people that we've lost, it's what you remember of the times that you spent together, of the moments that you shared that were really special. And it may be something as simple as, I know, for example, Ashley's nonna, she used to have a Kit Kat for the kids each and every time when the kids went over to visit. And each of the grandchildren, each of the children knew if they went to Nonna's fridge or the vicinity of the kitchen, they would have a Kit Kat waiting for them. And that's always, a fun thing for the kids to remember, and that's a moment. That's one of those simple things that stay with you. I know with Sandy, her love of Staffordshire Terriers and all things dog shows and all things to do with family were very important for both of the ladies that have passed, and it reminds you of your family and your friends and those that love you so much and you love them so much. And sometimes each year it doesn't necessarily get easier, but the grief that you have for that person, it stays the same, but there's other things that come into your life as well. And, I think you should be allowed to feel what you feel at that time, and also remember them and for the simple things that you shared and the simple moments that you shared together, because it could be just that Kit Kat. It might be going to the dog show, or knowing if you call them and they're going to be in the middle of a television show that The Crown or something like that, you cannot interrupt them because it is the most important part of their week to watch that particular program or that show. And you know that to be them and that you love them even more because of that. Or whether it's the interest and the hobby of the dogs, and you know that, at a dog show may get priority over, a phone call. You might be remembering that they gave so much time, volunteering their time at the different dog shows as stewards, as representatives, as different things to help others. You might remember their kindness that they shared, their caring nature, just that infectious smile that they had, or the love of their garden and the plants that they really enjoyed, or a particular perfume that they wore that might take you back. Like any time that I smell musk, I always think of my nan, because, it was just that sort of a scent that was in the room. So, I think I just wanted to remember them, and also their values, because values these days are different from one person to another and different from one family to another. And the values make up who we are as people. And if you have a strong matriarch that leads the family, such as Sandy and Joan, I think that those people give us the inspiration, and Jean gave us the inspiration to be the people that we are. And just being at both of those funerals, you could see the love that they had shared with the family, and the family wanted to be there to celebrate. I've got my badge on here from Val's 100th celebration, the birthday party that I went to in Melbourne a couple of months back. And she wanted to celebrate life with everybody, and this was a symbol for her to be able to share those moments with each and every one of them, and each and everybody that attended that had a wonderful story. And I guess the same thing with this. It doesn't matter whether people are with you or whether they're not with you, you're still going to remember those simple things that stay with you. So think about the simple things that stay with you from the people that you meet from a daily basis, whether it's your clients or whether it's your friends or whether it's your loved ones, and appreciate them for those simple things that stay with you. Because I know that, say for example, Gemma in my office, I'm sure I'd be able to share this story, but her dad loved the country and he loved going on trips that were just spontaneous. Wake up in the morning and let's go for a drive. Don't know where we're going to end up, and then you might end up in some, Unagalabi or some country location, or you might be looking at different things, or you go and have a meal or a lunch somewhere and then turn around, drive for 3 hours and then turn around and then come back. So it's the simple things that stay with you, and I think it's those things that we need to, remember. I think Gemma's also saying we'd travel for hours just for a pie. And there you go. And it's just something. I mean, I remember Mum and Dad, they took me for a trip into the country, and there was tiny little, the red and the green toffee apples, I think they were. Mum and Dad loved toffee apples as well, but I always remember this, and it was obviously one of those country trips too. And even with the dog shows as a kid, I think the first 15 years of my life was at the Royal Easter Show every Easter with the dog shows, and it was a really fun part of our lives and what we did. I mean, I think I've been cured for dog shows for the rest of my life, but I love dog shows just the same, and the family that you have with the people that are involved with dog shows are just the most wonderful people, and you have that connection. And it doesn't matter what hobby it is that you have, whether it's dog shows, whether it's going for long drives on the weekends for a pie, or whether it's the garden, or whether it's some sort of team sport or family and friends. I'm not too sure what that is for you, but it's just a really nice thing. So, and with the values with those people, it gets me thinking about, based on those values, we make a lot of to-do lists in our lives. And I know my to-do list over the last sort of 75 days, or it's part of the 75 days. I think I'm 4 weeks in now, and it's been really, really good because it allows you to focus on a short period of time on really tunneled vision on something. So the 75 hard for me has been something to impact my health and allow me to do more things with what I have been able, like if your energy level's high, you're able to do more things. And it's the old story, oxygen in the airplane to yourself first, then you can help many. And it's the same thing in the office with me. I have worked a long and hard hours, possibly 7 days a week for most of my life. And I just know that that's not sustainable if you don't top up your own tank. So essentially what I've done is done this 75 hard. I'm eating well, I'm exercising well, I'm reading a book, like 10 pages of a book a day, no alcohol, no cheap meals, those sorts of things, drinking a gallon of water a day, and just trying to do the best that I can do to be the best version of myself. And I know I don't always get it right, and I'm not perfect, and I don't tell you to brag. I tell you because I used to be somebody who was always at work and just ate KFC or McDonald's or whatever I could get on the run, because you're always at appointments or you're ringing people till late in the night time, and then the last thing you've got time for is to prepare a meal. So often I'd get some takeaway on the road or some sushi or what have you. And sometimes you can get healthier meals from those takeaway places, but my food choices, I guess, weren't necessarily the best, which had me putting on weight and probably not looking after myself as best as I could in that regard. So on this 75 hard, it's been a bit of a journey. I think I've lost 25 kilos in total, but on this 75 hard, it's given me that focused time. And I've lost 9.1 kilos in the last focus, because sometimes when you're doing something over a long time, you don't lose focus, but it's just not as pointed as what it was when you first started. It's like when you start at the beginning of the year. So that's why I took this up now, and I'm 4 weeks in and going strong and feeling great about it all, because there's so many of you that are doing different things as well, and I love hearing all about where you're up to and the achievements that you're making, because that's what it's all about. It's not about just me as a person or me telling you how, great things that I'm doing, because that's not what this is about. It's about me telling you that, yes, I've done this, but I have come from, times where I've struggled to eat the right things. I've struggled to drink the water. I've struggled to read the books. I've struggled to do all those sorts of things, because you're so busy with your life, or you think you're so busy. But now I make it a priority, and just by refocusing in this 30 days, it's been great. So I've got another, 45 days to go, and I'm really looking forward to the end result and maintaining this through, because the energy that I've got is just, it's infectious, and I really love doing what I'm doing now, and there's so many great things coming this year, and I'm really looking forward to that too, with you as well, with what you're doing and all of the things that you're achieving in your life. So I can't wait to hear about that. Big shout out to Sue. Nice to have you on the line, Greg, and all the people that I can see jumping through. So thank you very much for joining me on the live. And in life, as I said, we often have those to-do lists. And I was reading a book the other day, and they were talking about different things and the values that we have. And I'm going to turn it on the side and say the values that those people, such as Jean and such as Sandy, have instilled in us and our families. And, they are like family to you when you know these people. And like Sandy was nearly 60 years best friends with everybody that I knew. And I've known her all my life, and I'm turning 55 this year. So the values that she had, you want to instill in yourself and what you do. She inspires you to be something and be a better version of yourself. So based on the values, instead of having a to-do list, I was thinking to have a to-be list. So if you strive to be something in particular, so you might have seen compassion, you might have seen kindness, you might have seen caring, you could have seen nurturing, you could have seen loving, you could have seen any of those sorts of things. But I think that if you look at the values that you want for yourself and your family, you look at the people that are around you. And I find the people that you surround yourself with are pretty much carbon copy of who you are. And the ones that don't have the same values, or they don't align with the same values, you don't spend much time with them. You move on. You go somewhere else, you go a different path. They go a particular path, you go the particular path. And there's reasons for that, because sometimes people are meant to meet you in your life for a reason. And once you both learn the lesson from one another, then you move forward, and then you allow yourself to, excuse me, I'm going to get a glass of water. Pardon me. You have that lesson that you've learnt from them. So whether it, is kindness from Sandy, or compassion, or her absolute enthusiasm for the puppy dogs, her absolute enthusiasm and care and love and nurture for her family, and making sure that everybody was together, they're just wonderful traits to have. But to have that to-be list and what you want to be each day, because yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not here yet, so all we have is now. So if we look at what we're doing on a daily basis, and I know for me, simple things like having that morning routine set me up really well for the rest of the day. So if you get up at a similar sort of time and you go to bed at a similar sort of time, you're going to get a good night's sleep. That makes for setting yourself up for whether it's a certain type of breakfast that you have, or it might be the way in which you speak to people, or it might be the activities that you do on a daily basis, or on a weekly basis, a fortnightly, monthly basis. I'm not too sure, but there's a book that I'm reading at the moment, and some of the things that they've got in one of their lists that they turn their phone off completely. 1 day a week, that's it, no phone. They like to try and learn something new. I mean, like for me, I'm learning the drums and I'm learning the piano, and that's always fun. Going barefoot as much as possible. I love grounding. So if you're walking out on the grass, or if you're walking in the sunshine on a sandy beach, or if you're going for a swim and allowing that magnesium and that salt water to hit you, it's beautiful. You could be lots of things that you could be doing. Hey Chris, how are you? Nice to see you on the line. Hi Jax, how are you? Nice to have you here. It might be having a meal with your family and friends once a week. I know I like to text my friends on a particular day once a week just to check in with them and see how you're going, because my life gets pretty busy, but that's one of my to-be lists, because I want to ensure that I'm there for my friends as much as they are for me. And the same thing for my family. You might not always see people on a regular basis, but you know that they're there for you. And if you or they needed anything, it's a symbiotic relationship that you have, that it's just an unconditional love, that you want to support them and they want to support you. And they want to see you do well. Just like I love hearing about all the stories that people are achieving, like people starting new jobs, people are, trying to change different things that they're doing, whether it's in their diet or whether it's just drinking more water or whether it's reading a book or going and spending more time with their kids. Or I was speaking to one of our clients, which I call family as well, extended family, because a lot of our clients are extended family, and we've known the family for, I want to say, nearly a decade, maybe longer, but their whole family, we've had interactions with each and every one of them, and it's just nice to have that continuity. But also I think the loyalty and trust, and if you're with those people for, a long period of time, it says something about that type of person that they are and the type of person that you are. And birds of a feather flock together, and, it's just a lovely thing to do, to be able to call your clients and just have those really nice connected conversations, and deep and meaningful conversations, I suppose, as opposed to surface level conversations. So I know I'm working on a to-be list for me. So maybe the to-do list for you may change to a to-be list. So whether it's the daily activities, I know for me, as I said, the morning routines and some of the activities that I do on a weekly basis, and some of the things that you can see that's filling up in my calendar, I'm making sure that I've got time for my calendar so that I can look and do, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's catching up with friends, whether it's catching up with family, whether it's doing particular activities at work. I tend to do block times at work, and certain days I do certain things. So if you group your activities together, you tend to be more focused and instead of scattered with your thought process. So if you're doing one thing each day, so say for example routine inspections, when we do those, we do them on one particular day or 2 particular days, so that we know that we get very good at doing those routine inspections because we're so focused on doing that particular day. There might be another day that you just make calls all day long and you might be speaking to people, or there might be another day where you've got client care. So, hey Jane, how are you? Nice to have you on the line. Thanks for joining us. So those daily habits that make up those things, that giving you a personal policy, if you will, the ticks that you're going to do or commit to for yourself each and every day, because that's something that allows you to be the person that you want to be. And you might be working towards things, but your to-be list might be you want laughter each day, so you might watch a funny video, or you might want kindness each day, so you might go and do a random act of kindness with something that you don't tell people about, that random act of kindness, because that's what it's essentially about. It's just something that you do, but it makes you feel good. It could be just taking the dogs for a walk in the afternoon. I know for me that's been a really game changer for the puppy dogs. Little Topsy, I don't know whether she's around. Topsy, do you want to come up and say hello? Do you want to say hello, Bubba? She's been working on her 75 hard. Come here, sweetheart. Come here, Bubba. Come here. She's been working on her 75 hard, and she's been going for walks in the afternoon. Oops, here we go. There we go. This is little Topsy. Can you say hello to everybody, Topsy? Say hi. Yeah, so this is little Topsy, and she's loving going for a walk in the afternoon. There she goes. She's licking the air. She really, really loves it. She actually bounds through the grass like a little Pepe Le Pew, boinka, 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 l'amour, as Pepe Le Pew would say, and that she loves it. So she loves going for a walk. I'm going to pop you down so I don't hold you uncomfortably, so that she's got a bit of a square body, but she loves the cuddles just the same. Brucey wants to hop up as well, but we'll let him sit down there a little bit longer. So yeah, whatever that is for you, it might be a day of rest a week. It might be switching your phones off. It might be going somewhere in particular, or trying a new restaurant, or trying a new cafe, or meeting somebody that you've never met before through your colleagues, through your work network. Like I've met a bunch of people through different things that we've done, and it's just been so engaging and so wonderful to catch up with different people, hear their story, hear where they're up to in their life, and see how we can dovetail and help one another to achieve better things in life. Because I think the more that you do for others, the more comes back to you. And I think that energy, we are all energy, and if you put out to the universe positive energy, positive vibes, positive people, it's only going to come back to you tenfold. Talking about positive people, how are you, Tina? Nice to have you on the line. She's just jumped on. Good to see you. No, I can't see you in your lounge room. It's okay. You can still sit there and don't worry about anything. All of you, actually. I get asked that question a lot. Can you see me in my lounge room? And I actually can't. But I love chatting to each and every one of you. But pop in the comments below what's one thing that's important to you, and what's one thing that you may want to commit to for yourself. So is it, I know, for example, Tina, it might be patting Roxy, or, Millie, or it might be going for a walk on that beautiful property that she has. It could be any number of things, but I think that to have that opportunity and to remember those people that have gone before us, whether they're matriarchs or whether they're somebody that's inspired us, that gives us that inspiration, that push to be that better version. And it is the simple things that stay with you. This is a quote from my book that I've written, and if anybody needs a copy of it, I'm more than happy to send that out to you. I'm just in the process of finalising my second book, which will be out this year, I believe. So this is just a book of quotes that I have, and just makes me appreciate different things in life. So yeah, pop in the comments below. It may be one thing that you do that you may inspire somebody else to do as well. And it may be as simple as reading 10 pages of a book a day. It might be as simple as taking yourself for a walk, or sitting out in the morning sunshine and just letting that sun, the vitamin D, come in, set the circadian rhythm. I'm not too sure what it is for you. It might be remembering that person that is no longer with you and what an impact that they had, and being so very grateful for them, having a moment in the morning where you're thinking of all the wonderful things that people have done and are for you. And I just sit here and I can just rattle off so many different things that I'm really grateful for the people that are in my life, because we all help one another and support one another in an exponential way, and a little bit of love goes a long way. So I say to people, be positive, love on one another, love on each other, and be there for one another, because you don't know what the next person's going through, or what they may need. I mean, like that person the other night, they asked for a hug from me. I mean, who am I to deny somebody a hug? It's just a nice thing to do, to be able to give that, because they say that the positive protons that you give out, it's the same thing hugging a dog or hugging a cat, although some cats and dogs give much better hugs than humans. But I think that it's really nice that it's, I don't know, they're just unconditional. That's what I mean by that, in the sense that dogs and cats just sit there, they just chat to you, and it doesn't matter. And then some people love hugs, some people don't love hugs. I'm not a real hugger, but if somebody asks me for a hug, I'm happy to give them a hug. That's no troubles at all. But think about your to be list. Change it from a to-do list to a to be. I need my second coffee, clearly. This is when I went to see the Van Gogh, talking about the simple things. The Van Gogh installation that was in town. I went with Mum and Dad and my sister, and it was all about sunflowers, and and I have my coffee, and every day I think about it. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to remember the moment that we had together and the art installations that we saw. And it's still going around the world, I believe, as an art installation, but yeah, just the same. So if anybody's got any comments or questions, pop them in down below. I'm happy to help you with those in any way I can. But I think that's about it for this week. To do or to be is the question. And whatever that is for you, I'm not too sure, but make sure that it's right for you. And just, oh, this is it. I should say, I'm not too sure whether that disconnected, but it's that time of year. You're putting your metal calabashes out. How about your coins? Have you got your Chinese coins? And how about your salt cures? Anybody that wants to know how to do the salt cures, let me know. I'm happy to help you. If you put them in your house in different positions, it really changes the energy of what you're doing and where you are as people. And it's only 30% of the overall. I mean, it's all really, I mean, everything in life is all our attitude towards things, the way we see things, because the way you see things may not necessarily be the way in which it actually is. And that's so important to remember as well, isn't it? Because sometimes you can think one thing and it's not actually what's going on. It's completely different. So think about those people that inspired you. Think about what's going on in your life and what's inspiring you and what you want to have in your life. And just write even just one thing a day, whatever that might be. And then after a month, that went really well, add an extra thing to it. And by the end of the year, you have 12 new things that you would have achieved without too much hassle, without too much thinking, but it becomes you. It becomes part of your value set. It becomes who you are as a person, because you want to show up as that person who you are. And authentically yourself is the true way to live your life. And I think that, you know, if you do that, it's the simple things that stay with us. And if you're thinking it's too hot in the office and you need to change the air conditioning temperature, that's okay. Let's change the air conditioning temperature. I'm the first person to put my hand and say, it's too hot up here, I need a little bit of air conditioning. Or if you say, you know, I don't like eating this type of food, instead of trying to agree with a person and eat the food that they don't like in the office or at home or wherever it may be. Or if you don't want to go to this event that everyone wants you to go to and you just really don't want to go. So just say, look, I'd really love to go, but I don't really want to go. So I'm not going to go. I support you in going, but I don't want to go to that event, and that's okay. Or too cold, Hayley. Yes, I know. Hayley loves it being nice and warm. She likes to have the hoodie over. Gemma's the same in the middle. She likes hoodie or a jumper, and I'm up the back. I'm the one that needs the air conditioning on. Maybe it's the brick wall. Maybe it's my age. I don't know, but it's probably more so my age. But anyway, it doesn't matter what it is. Ask and ye shall receive, said the Lord. It doesn't matter whether you believe in God, Jesus, the universe, or nothing at all. Trump, nobody, I'm not too sure. But just be yourself, do what you need to do, and turn up as your authentic self, and you will find that life will reward you. And put people in your life that need to be in your life for that particular time or that particular period, or then there might be others that show up, or there might be others that add to that mold, that beautiful molting pot of people that are just the goodness that is the reason why we're all here. And I know that sounds a bit Pollyanna, but I am a bit Pollyanna in everything in life. And I think everything is happening to us, that we think that's happening to us is actually happening for us. And things are only put there because it's where you need to be. And whether, you know, there's rocks in the way, you're the water, and you just find a way around those rocks. And then your life, you know, don't fight the rock because you're going to hit the rock. Just go around the rock, find another way, do something else. And that's what makes life so interesting. And that's what makes the tapestry so rich in what we do, is that we hit those rocks, or we turn those corners, and then there's something else, and then there's something else. And just find somebody that you're inspired by. Surround yourself with people that you love and they love you and want to be there for you. And I think it makes for a good life. And just be in the now. That's what I'm learning as well, is I don't worry about tomorrow, what's going to happen tomorrow. You've got to worry about what today's bringing you and the people that you've got to be grateful for in your life and who you have. And especially having lost these people that were so special to so many of us. And I think it reminds me that it is the simple things that stay with you that they've taught us, or that we've learnt from them, or that we want as part of our life. So, hey Paulie, how are you? Nice to have you on the line. Thanks for joining us. I hope each and every one of you are well. You have a good week ahead. Look after yourselves and each other, because that's all we have. And stay positive if you need anything at all, whether it's to do with houses, or whether it's to do with the 75 hard, or whether it's to do with anything in life. If you don't know which direction to go, or if you want me to refer you on to somebody else, because we know a lot of local businesses. Like today I was asked about air conditioners. Yesterday it was about roofing. The day before it was about plumbing. Like, we know everybody in the Hawkesbury. Everybody knows us. We can get in contact with those people. Oh, thanks, Paulie. We love you guys up on that beautiful hill with that beautiful pool that you have. Magnificent house. It's absolutely gorgeous. If anybody wanted to go on to some television show with the most beautiful home you've ever seen, Paulie's is it. Paulie and his family have got this amazing house, and yeah, we love having you on our lives, Paulie, so don't ever change. Thank you for being you, and thank you to each and every one of you for being you and the unique you that you are. And if you ever have anything that we can help you with, Greg, you are beautiful too. I just love Greg's attitude to life. I love your work as well. I know you're saying me, but yeah, Paulie, we're all so lucky, aren't we? We all are very, very lucky with what we have, and we're lucky to be here to be able to live this life with each and every one, and just make sure that we share those experiences. So if you haven't reached out to somebody in a while, reach out to them. If you wanted to say to somebody something, say something to somebody. If you want to ring your mum and say, I love you, mum, ring her and say you love her. If you haven't spoken to your brothers, aunts, cousins, Johnny's, whoever, I'm not too sure who it might be, but maybe just think about ringing them, or write them a letter, or, you know, just go on that walk that you have been promising to take yourself. Go to the beach if you've been promising to go for a swim. Go to that concert that you wanted to go to if you wanted to go to a concert. Go and sit down and take a thermos and sit by the river and just have a moment with the sun. Just enjoy the sunshine coming down onto you. Go and stand out under the stars. I mean, the planets are giving us a beautiful, beautiful display at the moment of not the planets aligning, but the planets being visible in the sky. You can see Saturn, you can see Jupiter, you can see Venus very clearly in the western sky, you know. There's so many wonderful things that you can do. So learn a new language, go and play a new instrument, go and play, with the kids in the backyard, go and jump on a trampoline, go and, if you're a 54-year-old like I am, go and do a cartwheel or something that you've never done for 30 years. You might pull a hamstring or something, so be very careful. I'm not giving you advice on to do cartwheels because I have no idea how to do cartwheels. But I'm going to do this new thing where I'm going to learn something in 30 days. So I'm going to learn a new drum, piece of music. So I'm going to pop in the comments below what it is that you want me to learn, which song you want me to learn, and I will. It's got to probably be a rock song, maybe. It could be a soft song as well. I don't know. But pop in the comments below which song you want me to play. I'm going to learn it in 30 days. I've only just started playing the drums, so I'm really bad at it. The best thing that I'm good at the moment is just holding the sticks without dropping them. So, and then there'll be something else. So each 30 days, I'm going to do something else. So that if the 75 has taught me one thing, it's focusing on shorter activities in a period of time. It's just one of those things that if you do things over a whole year, you sort of get lost in the year, where if you do 30 days focus, so 1 month you're going to be focused on one activity and doing it really well. And so the 75 hard, I've lost that 9.1 kilos so far. I've lost, I don't know, however many inches, nearly 26 centimeters, I think it is. So I've gone from a 4 dress sizes. Not that I'm ever going to wear a dress, people. Maybe once in my entire life I've worn a dress, but it's not going to be seen on this one. So I won't be doing that in 30 days, how to wear a dress, but I'm sure I'll be able to get somebody else to show me how to wear a dress. Jay said she popped in to say hello, happy Monday. Beautiful person you are. Hi Betty, how are you? Nice to have you on the line. Hey Jess. Yeah, so 30 days I'm going to learn a song. Pop it in the comments which one you want it to be, and I will learn that song and make an absolute fun fool out of myself for everybody, maybe for myself, but I'm just going to do something. And you can challenge me to do something, and in 30 days I will see what I can do and learn something new, because this is what it's all about, having that laughter, having that playfulness, having that joyfulness, having that enthusiasm for life, and just enjoying each and every day with you, with me, with everybody, and just seeing where we can, you know, elevate one another too, because life is meant to be lived, and that's what this Live Love Big Life is behind me. It's a very purposeful life for me, and I've just worked all my life, and I think when you get to that midpoint, whether it's a midlife crisis, probably is, but I just want to enjoy the next 50 years as much as I possibly can with the people like you that I love very much, and the people that support each other and want to be in each other's lives and do the right thing by one another, and love on each other very much. So that's all I have to say. I know I tend to ramble a little bit, but any comments or questions, I'm more than happy to help you. Pop them in the comments below. In the air tonight, Phil Collins. Okay, all right. Well, I've been challenged. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. I will learn that in 30 days. What is the date today? It's the 3rd. All right, so I've got 30 days to learn that, and I will play that for everybody in 30 days. I will also journal my trip, what I've done, how I started, the kit that I bought, what I'm going to do, and then we can choose the next activity together. And I challenge each and every one of you, whether it's in the air tonight with Phil Collins or whether it's something else that you're learning, pop in the comments below what you're committed to learning. And it might just be as simple as a little less screen time, drinking a bit more water, spending more time with somebody in particular. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever that is for you is right for you. And I will learn in the air tonight. I've got my orders. Thank you, Greg, and each and every one of you. Happy Monday to you. 2mm Monday. Absolutely love spending the time with you, and I look forward to catching up with you on the next video. Have a great night. Good week ahead. Bye for now.